Welcome, traveler. You have entered the realm of adventure. Prepare yourself for tales from beyond the dice.
Welcome back. We play role-playing games like Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and more. Now, we will head back to New Ettica to our adventure with our mercenaries. And with me... Oh, I should say who I am first. I'm Luke, your DM, and with me is...
Ben. I play Cortaine, a human mercenary who's out for justice.
Peter. I like playing Dwarf. He artifice things, making them good.
Okay. Hi everyone, Trav, play Little Moss. He punches things, sometimes successfully.
And I play Lokag, and he's really bad at dying apparently.
Drying? He's got wet clothes.
Yeah, sure. We were in the dryer. He's just like, he's in the zone. He's like, I gotta wash those dishes and clean up those clothes.
Well, you just were in the Calico Express dry cleaners, so that kind of worked out.
See, it was a callback. That's what I was doing.
Yeah. You didn't screw up English. Yeah, cool. So I'll get all of y'all boys to roll D20 for me. The lowest roll recounts what happened previously in the previous episode, and if you get a 20, you get to choose who does it.
14 for Cortaine.
17 for Trav.
18 for Levi.
Also 18 for Peter.
Ben,
Both of you roll off again, just in case one of you gets a 1 or a 20.
What? But alright.
Alright.
I got a 19.
We got a 5.
So, who was the lowest before that?
Ben with a 14.
Yeah, Ben with a 14.
That was a high roll.
I know. Benjamax.
So, last time on Beyond the Dice, we continued the fight in the laundromat with Little Moss, Lokag, and Cortaine in the back, fighting all the gangsters, while Spigs assaulted the front, going through the reception area. Spigs may or may not, well, none of us know, but Spigs killed some civilians accidentally, and is now seen to be haunted by that. But while that was going on, us in the back of the shop dealt with the gangsters, found the drone that we were sent to recover, and found that the information had already been taken off of its hard drive, off its black box, and that had been sent to a scrubber to get rid of all the information, or to try to hack into it, or do some kind of fancy techno babble. So we found an email address, or found an address for him through Proto, who is a Swords of Darkhaven hacker, and we are on our way to the address we were given to go bust some heads and complete the mission.
Heck yeah. And where we left off was you guys making your way out into the streets of Darkhaven. Up with Little Moss and Spigs in old Chev, Spigs' truck, following behind Cortaine and Lokag. Lokag is in his go-kart type of vehicle, and Cortaine in his new Jeep that was repaired between seasons. And you are heading towards the location in which Proto has given you. An apartment building in Darkhaven. These purple lights shining up from the ground floor like large spotlights on the side of the building. You enter into the front lobby, because this apartment is just a massive block of them. There are probably 6 separate apartments, but they're all a part of one massive complex, and each nine apartment buildings in one massive complex. So there's no real back entrance. you have to go in through one of the lobbies. This huge building. It, as you look up, it looks like Lego in a way. All of these blocky constructions. It seems like the sort of first maybe 10 stories of this building were the original building, and then it has just built on and grown, and it's like someone has just stacked apartments on apartments. You enter the lobby of the first, or the central apartment, the one facing the most busy street. The yellow lights inside make the place seem really off-putting and gross. And there is this large, obese dwarf behind the counter, behind this glass, which has some bullet impacts on the glass and scratch and graffiti. And he's smoking a huge cigar, watching television. You see some people like walking past you in trench coat sort of attire. One of the trench coats is this basically clear plastic. On the inside, the guy's wearing these very tight short shorts that are purple, and he has all of these tattoos all over his body that are pulsing a color. They're nano tattoos. They can be programmed to change color and stuff like that. He turns and looks at you guys as he's walking out, and the lady with him, both looking at you as they quickly hustle off out into the streets of Darkhaven to be covered in rain. The old dwarf looks across the lobby at you guys.
What do you want?
As he lets free a big plume of cigar smoke.
So what? Not responding to him, but just for us. What was the full details we were given by Proto? Were we just given the address of this giant apartment complex?
You were given floor 17, room 301.
Oh, this guy's gross. He's so fat. Are you related to him, Spigs?
No. Why would I be related to him?
Aren't all dwarfs related?
Nah, that's just an old wife's tale.
Huh. So,
Are all orcs related? Even the half breeds?
yeah, it's a bit awkward.
No,
I don't get it.
that doesn't seem like a very humane question.
So you boys just gonna stand there and talk amongst yourselves, or do you want something?
As he leans back in his chair even further, not really taking his eyes off the television he's watching, but he takes his feet off the counter he was resting them on, and then he sort of leans forward and flicks the ash from his cigar into this little mug that's up on the counter as well. And then he turns to look towards you and fixes his glasses where they're so thick his eyes look really big and bulging in them.
We're here to visit a friend on level 17.
Alright, we'll go right up. Should I be expecting trouble?
No trouble.
Good.
I mean, maybe a little bit.
Alright.
But we might be a bit of a raucous party that we're going to. So and I pull out some creds, and I say, so don't worry about the noise.
How many creds?
What? I don't know the conversion rate. How much is a
One gold's worth.
Yeah, how much is a moderate amount? Like how much is like a farm? Is takeaway like a meal, takeaway meal compared to like a Lamborghini? Like what's
like if you can get ramen for like 3 creds. But like a good car, or if you go for like a hover car, that would cost you 500,000 creds at least for a hover car.
Okay. I shouldn't have gone with hover car. That didn't really help me to judge. To judge
What's the
them out.
conversion of a good packet of cigars?
Oh,
Like a full packet of cigars, I don't know, like 6 or 12.
Okay, Dwarven, you're probably looking at maybe 100 or so creds for a very good quality brand.
Okay, I will slip him 100 creds and say, you deserve some. You know, looks like you enjoy cigars. Go get yourself some good ones. Thank you, Levi. I'm meaning to steal all of your creative thunder.
You good?
He leans forward, sort of brushing the creds off the little. There's like a circular cutout. A semicircle cutout between the glass or the plexi plastic glass and the bench top. He scrapes it off into a bowl that he's got there, and he nods towards you.
Look, do what you want up there, but if there's any visceral happenings, let me know. Okay, I just want to get it clean and the next tenant in as soon as I can. If that sort of thing happens.
And then he swivels back on his chair, kicks his feet up, turns the TV up louder.
Cool. Let's go, guys.
Why did you waste those creds on him?
If things go bad, did you want him calling security or calling cops while we're in a situation?
No, he probably wouldn't bother though.
It depends. Who knows? If this hacker guy's here, you may be paying him more. Or he may have paid him to, you know, to inform on people coming.
Anyway, let's get up there.
Okay.
You walk to the elevators through this dingy yellow lighting. One of them is just waiting there to be used, and so you all enter. Select floor 17.
Dun, dun, dun,
Is there music?
That's the same music you used at Ultra Night Tower, Trav.
Yeah, boy.
When you're
In the elevator,
fantastic.
Lokag is going to reach into. He's got a bum bag, and there he's going to reach down and see how many stims he's got. It's like, oh, I've got 4 stims left. Well, that's not a lot. Oh well, let's see how they go. And he's going to pick up 3 of those stims and just jam them into his left forearm and get some health back after the previous combat. So a stim gives me 1d6 hit points. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
I've seen the movie The Rock, and if you do it straight into your heart, you get extra bonus points.
Trav.
I couldn't remember, what was the second movie that you've seen? It was
Con Air.
Con Air, because it's got
Yes, it's got Sean Connery. No, it's got Nicolas Cage in it.
Nicolas Cage, yeah. Fantastic.
Well, he gets 10 from those 4, and so
Nice.
he picks up the 4th one and jams that into his arm as well, which only gives him 2. So 12 from the 4 stim packs.
All right.
Hey guys, what room was it again?
It was 371. On, yeah,
Cool.
371 on floor 17, right?
That's what I remember. I check my notes on my little armband.
301.
301.
7 and 0, they're the same number.
That could have been awkward for the people in 371. just saying.
We just go in guns blasting.
So I started
The-
blasting.
The elevator arrives. Floor 17. As the doors shoddily open with a slight scraping sound, this large orc fellow goes to step in and sees that the elevator is basically completely full with all 4 of you in there. And he says,
Sorry, my bad. Come through.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers, mate.
and as you pass Little Moss, he goes,
Urak barata.
and he nods to you.
I repeat back the same phrase. Urak barakdar.
He then arcs an eyebrow at you.
I wink.
He adjusts his headphones and he nods as the doors close. Ding.
Was that
He
like-
basically said, "Welcome, brother."
Oh, good. I thought he was asking him like propositioning Little Moss or something.
What, like you want to come and play with my dinosaur toys?
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's
what that
it's very
means?
similar. It's urak barak da rak da. It says, welcome, do you want to play with my dinosaur toys? Anyway.
Right. Yeah, no. That's important.
Yeah. You guys enter out into this 17th floor. Very low lighting. These slightly purpley blue lights shining down from the roof. Only every few are lit. There are sprays of graffiti and artwork along the halls and bottles, milk crates. It's just a real mess. There's a guy sleeping down one of the directions, and as you look, there are these little plates that are all scratched up, and you see one that is like pulled off of the wall. Underneath it, it's got in Elven and Orcish and Dwarven, because Orcish and Dwarven are very similar script, but it tells you that that direction is rooms 101 to 350, and the opposite direction is rooms 100, or apartments 100 to 1. You make your way towards the right direction. As you're walking through, you can hear the thumps of music, the sounds of television, the barking of dogs, the yelling of people, crying and laughing. And you make your way to apartment 301. There is no sound coming from this room.
Is that
Should I knock?
Is that unusual? Like, was there noise coming from like all other rooms? Is the silence eerie or?
No, I mean there were some rooms that there weren't noise coming out of. So it's not like an odd thing to have people being quiet in the room.
Yeah.
But you just don't notice like a blaring sound coming from it.
Okay.
Lokag will take a swig out of an empty bottle that he picked up off the ground and goes, "Oh, aren't we looking for like a hacker or something? Like he's got headphones on him, most likely. Or like he could be totally jacked in and just totally oblivious to the world."
Shouldn't
rip
knock.
this door off?
I'm saying if we knock, like we shouldn't be surprised if we get no answer. But yeah, no, give it a crack.
Should we
Keeps the empty bottle up.
Should we knock or should we just open this up immediately?
That's courtesy, mate. Just give it a knock.
What if he knocks and gets scared and he runs?
Yeah,
So we wouldn't be living in a dive like this.
How often do you reckon he gets welcome knocks in a place like this?
Oh, I don't know. Just take the door down.
Lokag?
The door handle to see if it opens.
Oh, yes.
You try the door handle. It is locked.
What do I do? Perception? How strong does the door handle look? Like the lock mechanism?
Doesn't look great. It just looks pretty average.
Like, should I smash it with a hammer or could I just like shoulder charge it?
Roll a perception.
19 plus 1, so a ghetto crit.
You've kicked down, more sturdy doors than this one.
Kick it down.
All right, roll a strength, or an athletics, whichever one's better.
Yeah, not good. 5 plus 8, what's that? 13.
You kick the door. You hear a cracking sound as it swings inwards. You kind of messed up your regular technique, and you kicked the door handle on the outside completely off. But the door is open. It's a dark room. Besides the square light from outside shining in onto the tiled floor.
I do like a flourish with my hands, and they go, "In you go, lads." And then I walk in.
I rush in.
All right, Cortaine, you rush in. It you can see things in here. It's dim light. It's not completely dark because of the light shining in from the windows. There is a very thin window dressing over the window. They're not blinds or anything. It literally looks like somebody has pinned up part of a sheet over it, but it's quite thin, so the light from outside, the changing colors of the outside city is just bleeding into the room. You look around.
My night vision.
Alright, you put on the night vision, your helmet flicks down over your face, and you look around the room. It's a decently small apartment. There is a dividing room. There is a bed there, but there are no dressings on it. It's literally just a mattress, a bedside table, and a little sort of Japanese sliding wall, or an elven sliding wall. To the right of the apartment is a lounge area. There is a singular armchair, a small coffee table, and then to the right of that, the kitchen area and what looks like a door leading, say, further east. There is no one in the room.
Is everyone in? Is everyone in the apartment?
I scooch.
Let's.
Are you sure it was 301 and not 371?
The fact that no one's here makes it seem more likely that this is the place. We haven't just burst in on a family having dinner. Everyone split up and searched as quickly as possible.
Where's the light switch? I can't see anything in this.
It's dim. You should be able to see something in dim, like the slight outline and shapes of things.
Oh,
But-
well, I'll look for the light switch then.
All right, you find it. You tap on the little panel, and the fluorescents flicker on. You see the armchair. It's this purple, plasticky-looking material, and right next to it, now that it's a little bit lighter, you can see this small tripod, and on top of it, there is a satellite dish that is pointing out the window. Leads running behind the couch.
What's that thing? Hey, is there a computer around here?
Can any of us roll? Should we roll a perception check, Luke, for the computer?
Yeah, if you want to look for a computer. You guys know that in a lot of apartments, the computer system would be in the kitchen area, because it's like central to the apartment. You can sort of control different appliances and stuff from there.
Cool.
Like no rig here or anything?
Well, let's go. So I walk towards the closed door that you said.
All right, there is a closed door leading to the east. You walk through the little hallway next to the kitchen. Look quickly, peer into the kitchen. There is nothing there. No utensils, no fridge. There is just a simple, plain kitchen.
No cereal?
No cereal. None that you can see.
Is there any like takeaway, discard takeaway in the kitchen?
As you peer into the kitchen, you can't see anything there. Cortaine, you see the door is slightly open, just probably about a centimetre or so.
Okay, I raise my shield, and then just with my revolver in one hand, just burst through the door.
You burst through the door into a small bathroom. There is one of those shower bath combos with it's a sliding door. There is a basin and a toilet that's segmented off with a partition. There's no one in here.
Guys,
The lights automatically come on as you kick the door open.
Cortaine, I don't think no one's been living here.
It does look like it. I then
It's like it's a decoy house or something.
Proto.
Maybe if we look at where the satellite thing is pointing, we can see where the guy actually lives.
Let's see
So
what Proto says.
Lokag, as you say that and walk around towards the little satellite dish that's pointing out towards the window, you see the cables are running to this small rectangular device with a little aerial poking out of it, little flashing lights on the top of it.
So I'll say, "Oi, Cortaine, there's some flashing box here." And then I look out the window to try and see where the satellite is pointing.
Satellite is pointing down towards some more apartment blocks. There looks like there is also another couple small shopping districts up on a platform on top of these apartment blocks. That's all you can really see. You notice a few hover bikes fly past.
I relay that information to the guys and see what they think. Both the box and the hover bikes.
I have a feeling that somebody might be listening. Do you reckon that thing can hear us? Is it like Siri? Okay, Siri. Are you listening?
Sorry, I can't do that right now.
Ugh, Siri.
Let's get Proto on the line.
Hey, boss.
We're at the place. There's no one here. There's just some satellite dish connected to a box.
Of course. It's probably some sort of relay. Can you plug in? Do you have any? Do you have a connection that you can plug in with your communicator or your helmet or something? I can ping off that and maybe we can trace it to the real location.
Do most armors and helmets and stuff, and would they have a port for that?
The Ultra Die armor that you were given does have it for their security operations. If they were to, I don't know, say come across another rival corporation and one of their computers, maybe they would be able to plug in, take any information off of there, it would store on the suit for a temporary amount of time until the cache is cleaned or until the information is sent off and then purged from the armor.
Yeah, okay. Sure. I plug in.
So you pull out this small cable from, say, your gauntlet area. It stretches out, you plug into that little device, and Proto begins his magic. You can hear him typing away. Ooh, nice. He's there for a little while. You can hear him tapping away on his keyboard through your communicator. He's making small remarks like, what if I get... Yes, I can bypass. Yep, I think I got a bus. Then after maybe a minute or more so, across all of your HUD, you see a new location. And it is another apartment block. It is further towards the south of Darkhaven. Probably maybe a 20-minute drive from here.
Proto, is there any way to know if this is just going to be another satellite? Or are we going to be just following satellite to satellite?
Well, I did find another redundant building that this one was pointing to, and the third, but then the fourth one, it seems to be legit. I honestly believe it's the hacker's den. There's a lot of information coming out of there, and I think he's tried to mask it as a video store, but I can see past it.
What's a video?
You know what you watched?
Oh yeah, no, I know what videos are. They used to have them out in the waste. They're like these black discs and you stick them in the TV. They're good.
That's a tape.
That's a video, right?
Well, videos can be digital as well, guys.
Cool. You and Darkhaven, you got everything.
All the things you watch on screens are all videos. Video format. Why am I teaching you this? Boss,
Anyway, Thank you, Proto.
I'll send you the location.
Okay, boys, let's go.
This is going to be a blockbuster episode.
Youcha!
And then we kick our way out of the door.
Alright, you all leave this apartment block, get back into your vehicles, and you drive towards this second location, or rather fourth location. It's another apartment block. It doesn't look as bad, but it's still pretty grimy because, you know, it's Darkhaven. You walk into the lobby, no one's attending it. The whole front of the desk area is completely blocked, like boarded up with these large metal panels. All the lights are flickering in the bottom here. There's a whole bunch of bullet holes all over the walls. And you hear this voice come across the intercom.
We're looking to rent a room for an evening or for a fixed amount of time, like a year or something. We're doing renovations. Sorry for the mess.
Do we know the floor and the room again?
Yep.
Cool.
The floor is floor 11 and room 23.
Is the 11th floor like the top of this apartment complex, or is it like...
This one, it's probably... I would say it's maybe second to the top, and then on the top of this there is a market. Then there are some more apartments up the back of it.
Yeah, we'd like to rent the penthouse level apartment for 3 nights.
The penthouse all the way to the top. Look,
Well,
I've got
it's-
people living there.
Do you have anything on level 11?
Yeah, there's a room on level 11 I can rent you. Is it just for the night or 3 nights? You boys want 3 nights?
We'll pay you 3 nights, whatever.
Okay, it's the second room. 3 nights. It's gonna cost you 420 credits.
I don't say that out loud, so you can hear me.
Look, we only really need it for one. How about what's your single night use?
For one night, I can give it to you for 120.
Or you can roll a persuasion if you want it cheaper and negotiate it with this person.
Got no time. Spigs throws 120 at him. At the whatever transfers it, taps on the wall or whatever.
You tap on the wall, this little chute opens up. You place the money in there.
Room number 2. Here.
Out of this other little slot, slides open, and there is a little green pass.
That'll get you into your room. 1 night. Don't make too much of a mess. I'll have cleaners in there at 10, so you have to vacate before then.
Whatever.
I don't want the place to look like a modern painting, if you get my drift.
Don't worry, the room will be clean.
Very well.
We're not going there. Sucker.
He's like, what was that?
Elevators open up.
Shh. Enjoy your stay.
You hear come out of the small little boom boxes that are in the corner of each of the each corner of the room. You hop into the elevator. The walls of the elevator are all mirror. They've been scratched. Graffiti, tags have been scratched into it. One of the panels is completely cracked. You all hop in and you head to the 11th floor. Bing! The doors slide open.
Boy,
Dark
chicken legs.
Hallway.
You chucked a massive hissy fit over buying some guy some cigars, and then you're like, yeah, nah, I'll pay more for some room that I really need for some thing with 4 men. Like, yeah, sure, you're keen, alright, but whatever. your logic. I'm learning your guys' logic, and it's bloody hard.
Oh, I just thought we had no time to waste.
You could have just said like, "Oh, mate, I need some beef sticks from the market. How do I get to the market? Because I heard they got some massive, like, juicy ones." But sure, whatever. Yeah, right. You're a damn sweet mechanic, I'll say that.
How would we get to level 11 then if we don't have the pass?
Oh, just like, I don't know how elevators work. Don't they just like go up each level at a time?
You just have to sing to them.
There you go. You just sing to the elevators. You don't have to get it on a particular level. But yeah, all right. Is that how elevators work? You just sing to them?
Yep.
You know how to speak elevatorese? Is that what you're saying, Trav?
Yeah.
You enter out onto the hallway. This hallway is decently lit with like a orangey white light, this warm light. The carpets are well trod carpets. The walls have a wallpaper that's made to look like painted wood, but it's all peeling off in certain areas.
Yeah, let's go to the straight to the room.
Room 23.
Let's go to room 2 first. Check out what the rooms look like. Give us a scope out the joint before we get into the joint. You've paid for it after all.
That is a very good point, Lokag.
Is the bathroom to the left, to the right? Might be opposite, but still.
You and your ashen waste thinking. I like it.
How many hotels are there in the Ashen Waste, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, that's where I've seen hotels. Definitely in the waste, not in the drug dens, not at all.
Seems
legit.
Odd you would mention the drug dens, but alright.
I mean, happy dens, a fun time.
What do you mean,
colouring
Spigs?
dens,
You
where you
said
do
it was
colouring
definitely
in.
Not the drug dens. Why are you...
No, let's just get to the room and check it out, and she'll be right.
You open the room. Room number 2. You open the door. You enter into a decently sized room. There is a door leading to the left and to the right. There is a small kitchenette and another door leading to the right as well. Very similar construction to the last apartment that you were in. It's just a little larger in size. This room has very basic furniture. So there is a couch, a TV hanging off the wall, a small table with 2 chairs at it in the sort of living area next to the kitchen. In the kitchen there's your fridge and all those sort of appliances. As you walk in, the lights slowly dim on until they're fully bright in there.
Cool, we got it, guys.
Look, I open up any doors that were locked and like just push them open and just wait for like a full of 5 seconds to see what's inside.
Okay, as you open the right door near the kitchen, there is a larger bathroom than the one you last saw, because it is a mix between a small laundry area and a bathroom. The door to the left that you open up, there is a small bedroom and where there is like a bed and a desk area. That is it.
All right, lads. Unless they're like super fancy, it'll be either this or the opposite. Let's go.
You exit out into the hall.
Like, loot the.
Is
confetti
Spigs wants to
stand.
just check the outside of this apartment. Do they have like what do you call it? Like escape?
Like a
Fire escape.
Like fire escape?
Yeah, fire
Not-
escape, like stairs and stuff.
Not these rooms.
So just like a straight sheer wall.
Yes, there are no windows on this side because it is backed onto another apartment block that leads up higher. Where on top of this apartment block is where you have the marketplace.
Did have just a quick idea. Do we want to like flank him?
Do you want to get all Tarzan on them? Swinging through the window?
Pretty much. We could do that.
Like I just said, there are no windows.
What?
Oh.
No windows.
There are 0 windows because it is backed onto another, like it is conjoined with another apartment block that stretches up higher than it. So there are no windows.
Tarzan can break through walls, can't he? Alright,
You
that
probably
ain't gonna
could.
work. No, we scouted this room out. There's no windows. There ain't no back entrance into these rooms. Let's go to room, 23?
Yeah.
Alright.
We go to the outside room 23.
You walk down the halls. You find room 23. On the front of the door, there is a paper sign that is held on by gaffer tape, and it says, "Buzz off."
Well,
Spigs,
we better go.
Yeah.
Not very. Under his
thought-
breath. Not very friendly.
Wasn't this person supposed to be masquerading as this room as a video store, or is that just in the online presence?
Just on the online presence.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Look, Lokag. Seems like this person wouldn't want us to knock.
Yeah, kick the
Fair
door in,
enough.
dude.
Well, I'll give it a crack. Oh, no, I wasted a crit.
No, you don't. You kick the door straight into the guy.
So if that's athletics, what is it? Oh no, my phone's died. Like, probably 28.
All right. With
Yeah,
a
28.
With the 28, you kick the door. It comes completely off of its hinges, flies into the room, lands on the ground. You guys see directly into this room. There is this green throbbing light that comes off and on, and when it comes on, you see these guys. These dudes are all sitting in this semicircular, almost like a C shape of a couch. In the center, there is a table with like a circular table. There's heaps of like different types of drugs, narcotics on there. There are bottles of alcohol and other soft drinks and stuff. They are all in slouching positions. Some of them are sort of slouching forward, some are slouching back. Their mouths are wide open and they're drooling. Out from the back of their heads, the sides of their heads, or these headsets that they've got over their eyes, they're running cables, these thick cables up into the roof that is held on like a circular ring, and all of these cables are running into the sort of center of this ring and off into the roof, and then from the roof there are these big sort of struts that are holding them there, and all these cables are running to the left wall. They are the top of the door frame on the left has been completely smashed away crudely, and the cables are running through there. The door is wide open, and you can see the small bedroom, and there's like heaps of junk and stuff all over the bed, and there is another smashed wall. So you can just see through the bedroom and the smashed wall, which you assume goes into the next apartment. These 4 guys that are sitting there in various clothes do not move. You see parts of their body like twitching. They're jacked in.
Yeah. Okay. So these certainly look like our hackers.
So Lokag's eyes, or I'm going to jump in. Lokag's eyes widen, like to as big as his face can go, like that they can go, and he goes straight over the drug table and starts going, You've got some shade. Oh, there's some Zephos. Oh, you've got some Zika. Oh, look at that. You can mix some of that with some of that. Oh, guys. Oh, do you know what we could do with this? I mean, if we weren't on the job.
We are on the job, Lokag.
Oh, you're gonna walk away from this table, and what were you saying again?
Roll a wisdom saving throw for me, Lokag.
So, hang on. I got an 11 for a wisdom saving throw.
In 11, you can't help but to grab 2 of the items there. As you're saying that, say you reach down and you grab some Zephos. It's in a sort of a cylinder, a clear cylinder. And you also grab some Outrun in this bag with a Ziploc bag. Probably maybe like, I don't know, 300 grams of this glowing green powder. You guys see him, as he's saying that, he grabs those 2 items. He's holding on to them.
Grab what you want, but don't use it till after we're done with this gig.
Yeah, no, sure. Don't use drugs on the job unless the job needs them.
Also, I would like everyone but Little Moss to roll an intelligence check for me.
Yep.
Actually, Little Moss as well.
Me as well?
Yeah, you as well.
Lokag got an 18.
Okay.
Cortaine got a 10.
Spigs got 18.
Just a flat 15.
Okay. So, all of you have seen these type of people before. People call them junkheads. Basically, they will be the retinue or friends or even a type of client of a hacker. Basically, they're addicted to information, whether that be videos, VR, games, colors and lights for some people, sounds, just information flooding into their head and any of their cerebral cybernetics that they might have, their implants. They're addicted to it. It's like a drug to them. A lot of junkheads will consume some sort of physical drug to get them in the mood, and then they will plug in and they'll jack into a network where the hacker will basically just feed them information of their choice, and they will completely zone out on it, and that creates a feeling of euphoria. All of you know not to unplug people, especially junkheads, from their systems. Usually people get incredibly angry and just go into a rage if they're not able to cool down with their brain processing all this information so quickly all the time. If you just leave them be, you can leave them be. Unless one of them chooses to log out of whatever they're in, they won't notice you. All their sensory is just offline at the moment, basically. But Cortaine, you've heard of these guys before. You've unplugged a few of them to get information out of them, and you've had to basically fight them to submission, and then get information out of them.
Guys, we should look through the entire room, the entire apartment before we decide what we're going to do.
Yeah, I would check that other hole in the wall or what?
Roll, tell me who wants to go first, who wants to take the lead, and then I'll get them to roll a perception.
I don't mind, Spigs can go first.
Alright, Spigs, as you creep towards the door on the left that's wide open, you can see the wall of the small bedroom on the other side has also been broken down very haphazardly. And you can see into another room. Roll your perception.
9.
9. You peek into the room. You can see that there is somebody laying amongst all the junk on one of the beds in there. There are a few single beds in this room. One of the people is laying there, sort of starfish, sprawled out on the bed. A cable plugged into the side of her head. It's running to the roof. and meeting this massive bundle of cables that's running from the room that you've just come through. That is, the cables are running into the next apartment. As you look through, it's moving through the bathroom. That the wall has been broken down in between apartments. Out of another door into what looks like the next kitchen area. The bundle of cables continues to run through the next apartment as well. You do hear some clinking noises and some humming coming from the next apartment.
Spigs returns to the group. There might be something going on next door, but I don't know which. How do we figure out which one of these is our hacker?
I don't think a hacker uses their own stuff, you know what I mean? Like, just provides a service for people that are willing to pay. So it could be in the next room. I don't know. I reckon we just follow the cables.
Yeah, I think that's probably right.
What does your mate got to say? Proto.
Proto. Or you guys can ask him. It doesn't have to just be me talking to him. Proto, you there?
Proto is dark. He didn't notify you before he's gone offline.
Can we get any kind of signal to anything on the outside, like, some kind of news feed?
Yeah, you've got full services and connection. He's just not responding.
Suspicious.
I say we go into the next room and Spigs, did you say we could get in through the bathroom wall, or do you think we'll have to go and kick in the next door?
We'll have to kick in next door, I think.
Nope. It's opened up into the next bathroom.
Oh, it opened to the next bathroom. I thought it was just the cables.
Or should we
Nah, the whole wall's been basically removed.
or should we get some information out of one of these people first?
My feeling is that we search as much as we can first. Like, these junkheads will still be here if there's no one else around.
Yeah, okay, good point.
They might be like playing a game together, and if one drops out, the others will be like, "Oi, you were carrying the team, where'd you go?" And they all wake up. I don't really know how much this jacking up stuff works, but I think, leave them sleeping until they wake up.
Yep. Alright, let's go and go through the bathroom wall.
Alright, Little Moss, are you leading?
Yeah.
Are you doing it stealthily?
Nah. Oh, actually, how would I approach it? Yeah. Black turtleneck popped. I sleuth into the next room.
Alright, roll stealth and perception for me. If everyone wants to act stealthily, I'll get them to roll after we go through Little Moss.
15 on stealth.
Yep.
And passive perception, or
Just a perception check.
10 for perception.
You can hear humming coming from the next room as you creep past and through this small room. This lady's sleeping on the bed. She's jacked into some cables as well. Heaps of mess and clothes and random stuff. It looks like boxes that they might have stolen from somewhere and then have come here to open it all up. Like random gadgets and toys and games and clothing and stuff. But you make your way through there and into the next apartment, into the bathroom. The door has been taken off the hinges in the between the next bathroom and the kitchen area of the next apartment. You sneak your way through and you see this woman in the kitchen area of this next apartment. She's not cooking or anything like that. The whole kitchen is covered in plastic pots and inside the pots there are all of these succulents, and they're all set up really neatly and nicely. And she's got this little watering can, and she's sort of staggering on her feet a little bit, and she's topping a few of them up and checking the leaves and rubbing them, seeing how they feel. She's wearing a yellow crop jacket that sort of comes up to where her ribs are, this purple skirt hugging her thin form, and this red t-shirt underneath. Her hair is like a bright blue bob haircut, and she looks around the room smiling at all of the sort of pot plants, and she continues to pour some water into one of them.
Huh. That's real odd. I motion for the other boys to try and come through, and I like turn back and do the shush thing. Shh.
I'll get all of you guys to roll stealth if you're going to move quietly.
Okay, let me roll.
I'm assuming I fit through the hole, so sure.
Yeah, you can squeeze through it. It's
Oh.
human
Get it.
sized.
Yeah, not good.
Got it.
I got a
Got it.
7
Turn
for my
20.
stealth.
He smashes through the wall.
I do not fit through the hole.
11 for Cortaine.
11 for Cortaine. Alright, Spigs, you sneak through quietly behind Little Moss.
The man has
Cortaine.
robot legs and he can move quieter than you.
As
Too
you
big! I'm just too big!
As you come through, Cortaine, you knock this glass which has toothbrushes in it off of the counter. Off the basin, I should say, and it lands in the sink and makes a cluttering noise but doesn't smash. Lokag, you go to catch that glass as it's rumbling around in the basin, and you just basically punch into the basin of this sink in the bathroom, and it cracks, and the whole basin falls onto the ground, cracked. It makes this huge noise.
I slap my hands to my cheeks and go, oh, I make a O.
I shake my head.
You guys, do you move through into the next room, or do you stop on where you are?
Lokag stopped.
What about you other three? What are you guys doing? Did you stop, or you keep moving?
Oh, we kept
We
moving.
keep moving, don't we? Yeah.
Alright, the three of you move out into past the kitchen. Cortaine, you have to go straight against the wall as this half-elf woman, seemingly almost not paying attention to you, turns the corner to see what the noise is. Her eyes are really hazy and watery. And then she, looks at Lokag. And then she turns and looks at you guys really suspiciously. And she says,
I told you to stop trolling me with your cheap celebrity holo avatars. They don't even look that good.
as she grabs Cortaine's face and sort of shakes your face and helmet, grabbing you by the chin.
Hologram.
You freeware clowns.
And she turns and she sort of giggles and she stumbles over one of the cables it's running out of her temple, and she gets it caught and she sort of stumbles. She turns and looks towards you, Lokag, walks straight up to you, squinting eyes, and she sort of stumbles on her feet a little bit, holding the watering can. She's poking you in the pec with it, and then she sort of pushes on your abs area, and then she smiles, and then she goes,
Oh, those hyperoids are paying off, Chungo.
Now she points to all of you with the watering can, and she places her hand on her hip.
Now, boys, I'll be back online in a minute. So if you want to do a time trial or a dungeon or something, I gotta water the plants for the boss, and then I'll be back on.
And she nods over towards all of the plants And then she points back in towards the room where all of the junkheads are. While he works, you guys gotta get back in there. You know the deal, as much bandwidth as you like while he's working. And Annexet is busy with a job, and so you just stay in there, and then later you can talk to him about some stuff or whatever you need to. She stumbles back into the kitchen and pokes her finger into some of the dirt, the soil and the succulents. You know, these are his most prized things, so, like, don't touch him. Go back. Log on. I'll be there in a second. As she notices you guys still standing around, she continues to water them.
Can I talk to her?
Yeah?
Oh, I'm going to try. Where's the boss?
He's back there in his apartment.
She points through to the next door that's closed, which would usually lead into a bedroom.
He's busy, like I said, don't bother him. He'll be super mad.
Alright, see you back in the dungeon.
Look, if we can beat the Hollow Dragon, then I'm gonna be really happy. That's some good progress that we got going on in there. You know, if we get enough gold, we can probably buy a guild hall. It'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really great. Okay, keep watering those
grind
plants.
some more gear. Grind some gear. Get back in there.
I motion the boys over to the door, the bedroom door.
She continues to sort of fuss with the plants.
You
guys walk.
I assume
towards
these kind of
door.
succulents would be like extremely expensive and extremely rare.
Yeah. Yep.
I haven't seen plants
succulents-
since the Knights Club.
Yeah, they're not as exotic and
They're basically weeds.
nah, they're succulents.
succulents are never weeds.
Succulents are they're common in the sense of, like, if you are in Darkhaven and you've got money and you want to show it off, you get like a succulent or two for your house or your office or whatever, your workspace. To have as many as this guy has, like, he's bringing in some pretty good money. The Knights Club, there were succulents there, but there were a lot of plants, like actual plants that you have to really take care of, otherwise they'll die. And they're the ones that cost thousands of credits for like a single plant. So you make your way through this second room of the apartment. There is a couch setup area. Looks a little bit nicer than the area before. And the door leading in, it's not locked or anything. You open it up, and inside there are some more beds, sort of just pushed against the walls, nobody in them. And then there is another hole that's been broken through into the next apartment again, but there are these plastic sort of tassels hanging down over it, like you would remember, like, you know, in the old days where you would go to like a butcher and they would have those big thick plastic tassels that hang down over the door, like those. What do y'all want to do?
Let's go through.
I'm going to grab Lokag going to grab Cortaine before he goes through and just whisper to him as quietly as "Oi, Cortaine, there's like a fair good chance that if we fight some boss up here, he's going to wake up his cronies. Are we going to take any out before they wake up, or give them the duty of care of dying while they're conscious and not? They're off their face anyway.
I think if we start killing them, just like you said, Lokag, maybe they're all jacked in together and they'll notice. So maybe we should just tie them down, so that if they do wake up, they're all restrained and can't get us.
You are a much nicer guy than I am. That's a real kind idea. I'll see if I can find some rope or some sashes or belts or something. Tie him down. Tie him down. That's a great idea.
Can we look around with all the electrical equipment and stuff? Are there just some like cable ties?
Yeah, there are cable ties and thick cords, like data cords and stuff like that.
Cool. So we've got enough to just tie them down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So you go back through the apartment. Who's going? All of you, or just one or two of you?
Little Moss, you move. You move the quietest amongst us all. Can you go and just restrain all of the jackers? That's what I call them.
I stealthily move around and bind them before they're even aware of what's happening.
All right, you go through. Roll a survival. Let's just see your time.
If you fail, you do not survive, Travis.
You accidentally hang yourself or something? Like...
You get a cable tie around your neck.
This is the roll. Oh shit, that was almost a 1. 7.
All right. You get the cable ties, and you get one cable tie. You put it around a guy's left leg. You grab another cable tie. You put it around his right leg. You do that for his arms. You also put one around his head, around his forehead. You do that for all of them. You put cable ties all over them. Then you're out of cable ties, and then you're like, maybe I should have cable tied their legs together.
Yeah, I've just done
cable tied
individual
each.
limbs, haven't I?
Yeah. You creep
Yeah.
back to the guys. Do you let them know of your mistake?
No, that's embarrassing.
And no, we don't ask questions. You just give us a nod, Travis, or Little Moss.
Yeah, solemn nod.
Okay. Okay. That's all.
Alright.
That's all we need to know.
So, what's the order of movement? Because only one of you can fit through the door at a time. What's the plan of going through those tassels?
I feel like Lokag should go first.
Yeah. I feel like you don't need to be quiet either, Lokag.
Do you want me to just like go smacking or what? Like,
Yeah, just go smacking. Anyone you see, smack them against the wall. Don't kill them, but
all right, let's see how this goes.
Are you guys going to follow?
yeah.
Okay.
I'll like
So-
crouch down before I go right before the doorway. I'll crouch down with a shield and my hammer up, and then I'm gonna like use the shield arm to push away the tassels and just bust through.
All right. You run into the next room, which is the bathroom. Normal bathroom. You push through the door of the bathroom out into the kitchen area. Roll an athletics for me.
9 plus 8. Help me out, guys. 17.
17. Just as you're running through the kitchen, a guy is walking out. He's a pretty big dude. Tall. Maybe like 6'2". A human.
Tiny baby. Oh, the spring chicken.
Yeah. But for a human, it's pretty big. He's muscly, wearing like a tank top, cargo pants, slick back hair, and a handlebar mustache. He's carrying a plate with 2 sandwiches, and as he steps out, he looks at you, and you just clobber him in the face. He goes flying backwards into the kitchen, landing there unconscious. You keep charging because you can see past the kitchen in the living room area. There is somebody at a quite large desk area. He's sitting there in this chair, hunched forward, pointy ears. He's got long hair that's unbrushed and heaps and heaps of screens of various sizes, all stacked on top of each other on this large desk area. The desk is made up of multiple tables and desks and different types of furniture, and all of these screens probably touch the ceiling, so they're probably about 6 foot, just over 6 foot, maybe. I'd say 7.5 foot high, the ceiling, and all of the screens are touching them. He's typing away, and he has all these cables plugged into the side of his his temples. There are some plugged into his neck, his shoulders, because he's not wearing a t-shirt. They're all running into the roof, into this large dome-like structure. All of the large cables that have been running through the apartment complexes run around this dome-like thing, and then out into these smaller boxes, which then have more cables that run along the wall like a waterfall cascading down behind all of his screens. As he hears the noise, you see him sit up. He jolts upright, and all of the screens flick off of all of this compiling code and all these cameras and all these various different websites and stuff. They flick onto a picture of Lokag charging in, the others following behind, and half of them of him, and he's looking and he's like,
Stop right there!
As Lokag, you're charging in. Do you want to stop or do you want to continue charging?
Continue charging.
Alright. As you continue charging in, as you get within maybe 2 meters of him, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Does a 20 pass? Get a crit?
A 20 does pass.
Good.
Just as you're about to slam into his chair area, you see this flicker of green, and you slide to a stop as this sheer energy, green energy wall flick up in front of you, and you see these, you look up and you see these emitters along the roof, along the wall and the floor. He swivels on his chair, and he's this incredibly emaciated elf man, probably in his late 20s, long hair, no facial hair on his face, but he just looks like he hasn't eaten in days, and he's got all of these little circular ports all over his arms, neck, shoulders, his temple area, even his forehead. There are these 3 ports. The ones on his forehead, there are no cables connected in, but all over his body there are these ports and all these cables sort of running out of him. Looking at you, he says,
I told you, I warned you to stop. Lucky you were smart enough to see my barrier. Now what do you want? You want some junk?
I ain't looking for junk. I'm looking for a drone.
and that is where we'll leave this episode.
Ooh, I like it.
Nice.
Thank you all for downloading. Thank you for listening to the show. Thank you for sharing it with a friend. And thank you for making like a basket weave out of old bicycle tires, or tubes, I should say. It was really nice. I had one float down the river towards me, and I saw it and it said, to Luke, from listeners. So thank you so much for that tire basket weave. It was nice. Unfortunately, all the fruit inside was rotten because it sailed all the way from wherever you are to me.
You know what's not rotten? Our website. It is fresh. Check out our website at www.beyondthedice.com. It's got links to all our stuff, all our really fun, interesting stuff like store, Discord, and stuff. Check it out.
While you're there, this is live, so need something to do afterwards, you should totally check out Instagram if you haven't already, because there's a whole lot of cool pics on there. And we are at Beyond the Dice.
Well, if you don't have Instagram but you have Facebook, then check out our Facebook page, Beyond the Dice. You'll be able to see other pictures and get news of when the next episode is released.
And if you want to support us, one way you can is by going to our store at store.beyondthedice.com, and you can buy a Little Moss shirt. It is particularly striking in lilac, and it will only cost you $25.50 AUD.
Beautiful. And if you wish to support the show in a way that does not cost you any monies, you can do so by telling a friend, sharing us on social media, and most importantly, giving us a review on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. It'll really, really help us sort of extend our reach to others. We also have a Twitter, which is at Beyond the Dice TV, because Beyond the Dice was taken by some music artist guy that I don't think has really made much music. And we have a Twitch, which we broadcast some episodes on every now and then on like a live TV, like a Beyond the Dice radio sort of thing, actually. And that is Beyond the Dice TV, so you can check that out too. Maybe we will stream some stuff down the future, maybe some games, not sure, we'll see what happens. And in saying that, guys and gals, please take care in this cyberpunk future that we live in. Make sure that you do not get swished in half by a hovercar or crushed by a large mechanical wolf. Please take care.
Catch you later.
See you all.
Be safe and catch you guys.